Coal. The word itself conjures images of grimy miners, towering smokestacks, and a bygone era of industrial revolution. It evokes a sense of nostalgia for a time when coal was the backbone of industrial progress. It is a fuel that powered our world for centuries, driving progress and prosperity. From the roaring engines of steam locomotives to the bustling factories of the early 20th century, coal was the lifeblood of industry. Yet, behind this facade of advancement lies a darker reality, one that is often overlooked in the grand narrative of progress, a legacy etched in environmental destruction and human suffering. The abandoned mines and polluted rivers tell a story of exploitation and neglect. This essay delves into the hidden costs of coal mining, exposing the urgent need for change. Environmental protests and scientific data highlight the severe impact of coal on our planet. We will explore the journey of coal, from its formation millions of years ago, deep within the Earth's crust, to its extraction from the Earth, a process that has evolved but remains fraught with danger and difficulty for those who toil underground, and its ultimate impact on our planet and ourselves. The air we breathe, the water we drink, and the land we live on are all affected by coal's pervasive presence. This is a story of unsustainable practices, of communities uprooted and ecosystems destroyed. A stark reminder that our dependence on coal comes at a price we can no longer afford to pay. The future lies in sustainable energy, a path that promises a cleaner, healthier world for generations to come. To understand the true cost of coal, we must first travel back in time, millions of years ago, to the Carboniferous period. This era, spanning from about 359 to 299 million years ago, was a time of lush vegetation and unique ecosystems. The Earth was a vastly different place, with much of its surface covered in dense, swampy forests. Imagine a world dominated by vast, swampy forests, teeming with life. Towering trees, giant ferns, and a myriad of plant species thrived in these humid, oxygen-rich environments. The air was thick with the scent of vegetation and the sounds of ancient creatures. As these ancient plants died, they accumulated in layers, forming peat. This peat, rich in organic material, began to build up over time, creating thick, dense layers on the forest floor. The process was slow, taking thousands of years, but it was relentless. Over eons, under immense pressure and heat, this peat transformed into the coal we know today. The weight of overlying sediments compressed the peat, squeezing out water and other impurities, and gradually turning it into a dense, carbon-rich rock. This process, spanning millennia, locked within the Earth a potent source of energy, one that would later shape the course of human history. The energy stored in coal is essentially ancient sunlight, captured by plants through photosynthesis and preserved through geological time. The formation of coal is a testament to the power of time and geological forces. It is a slow, natural process that underscores the immense timescales over which our planet operates. The coal seams we mine today are the result of millions of years of natural history. It is a reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet's systems and the slow, intricate dance of nature. Every piece of coal is a fragment of ancient ecosystems, a snapshot of a world long gone but still influencing our present. Yet our modern-day extraction of this ancient energy source is anything but slow and deliberate. The Industrial Revolution marked the beginning of an era of rapid coal extraction, driven by the need for energy to power factories, trains, and later, electricity generation. It is a process marked by urgency and driven by an insatiable appetite for energy, often with little regard for the consequences. The environmental impact of coal mining is profound, affecting landscapes, ecosystems, and the climate. As we continue to rely on this ancient energy source, we must also reckon with its true cost. Today, coal mining stands as a testament to human ingenuity, showcasing our ability to harness natural resources for energy production. However, it also serves as a stark reminder of our capacity for environmental destruction. The process of extracting coal has far-reaching consequences that extend beyond the immediate vicinity of the mines. Two primary methods are employed to extract this energy source: surface mining and underground mining. Each method has its own set of techniques, challenges, and impacts on the environment. Surface mining, as its name suggests, involves the removal of massive amounts of earth and rock to expose coal seams lying close to the surface. This method is often favored for its efficiency and cost-effectiveness. However, this method leaves behind a scarred landscape, stripped bare of vegetation and vulnerable to erosion. The removal of topsoil and vegetation disrupts local ecosystems, leading to long-term environmental degradation. Underground mining, on the other hand, delves deep into the earth, accessing coal seams buried far below the surface. This method requires a network of tunnels and shafts, making it a more complex and labor-intensive process. While less visually impactful on the landscape, underground mining carries its own set of risks and environmental hazards. The confined spaces and potential for mine collapses pose significant dangers to miners. Additionally, the generation of vast amounts of waste rock and the potential for groundwater contamination present ongoing threats to the health of miners and the surrounding ecosystems. The legacy of coal mining is a complex one, marked by both progress and peril. The environmental consequences of coal mining are far-reaching and devastating. Habitat destruction is perhaps the most visible impact, as vast tracts of forests and ecosystems are cleared to make way for mines. This displacement of wildlife and destruction of natural habitats ripple through the food chain, disrupting delicate ecological balances. Water pollution is another grave concern. Acid mine drainage, a toxic cocktail of heavy metals and chemicals, leaches from mines and pollutes waterways, rendering them unsafe for human and animal use. The air, too, bears the brunt of coal mining, as dust from blasting and transportation settles on surrounding vegetation, contaminating crops and posing respiratory hazards. The human cost of coal mining is a tragic narrative of occupational hazards and public health crises. Coal miners face a myriad of risks, from the immediate dangers of mine collapses and explosions to the insidious threat of black lung disease, a debilitating respiratory illness caused by prolonged inhalation of coal dust. But the health impacts of coal extend far beyond the mines themselves. The burning of coal for electricity generation releases a toxic cocktail of pollutants into the air, contributing to respiratory illnesses, heart disease, and even cancer in nearby communities. These health impacts are not evenly distributed, with low-income communities and communities of color often bearing a disproportionate burden of the pollution. The true cost of coal extends far beyond the immediate vicinity of mines and power plants. The burning of coal releases greenhouse gases, primarily carbon dioxide, into the atmosphere, contributing significantly to climate change. This global phenomenon, with its rising sea levels, extreme weather events and disruptions to ecosystems, poses an existential threat to humanity and all life on Earth. The legacy of coal is thus one of intergenerational injustice, as future generations will inherit a planet grappling with the consequences of our actions today. The true cost of coal is measured not just in dollars and cents, but in the health of our planet and the well-being of generations to come. Fortunately, amidst this bleak landscape, a glimmer of hope emerges. Renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and geothermal offer a viable and sustainable alternative to our dependence on fossil fuels like coal. These clean energy sources harness the power of nature, the sun, the wind, the Earth's heat, to generate electricity without the harmful emissions associated with fossil fuels. The transition to a renewable energy future is not without its challenges, but the benefits far outweigh the costs. Investing in renewable energy infrastructure creates jobs, reduces air pollution, mitigates climate change, and secures a cleaner, healthier future for generations to come. The time for complacency is over. We can no longer ignore the hidden costs of coal mining, both in terms of its environmental devastation and its impact on human health. We must demand a just and equitable transition away from fossil fuels, one that prioritizes the well-being of communities and the health of our planet. This transition requires a fundamental shift in our energy policies and investments. We must divest from dirty fossil fuels and redirect those resources towards clean, renewable energy solutions. We must hold our leaders accountable for enacting bold climate action and supporting a just transition for workers and communities affected by the shift away from fossil fuels. The era of coal is coming to an end, The future belongs to clean, renewable energy sources that power our world without jeopardizing the health of our planet and its people. The transition may not be easy, but it is essential for our survival and the well-being of generations to come. Let us choose a path that embraces sustainability, equity, and a deep respect for the interconnectedness of all life on Earth. The time for action is now. Let us create a future powered by clean energy, a future where the true costs of our actions are not borne by the most vulnerable among us or by the generations that follow. Let us choose a future free from the grip of coal.